Oh well, see if it works. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. This one. Oh, okay, it's live. Oh shit, wait, hang on a second. Let me just. Okay. Okay, hello. Hi, my name is Amanda, and I am painting this demon head. So, this is the Nepharis. And actually, before I get started, let me just let my friends know that I'm painting. Maybe I want to like join the chat, so I'm not alone in here. What should I write? I have a little Discord. I'd be like, hey guys, I'm doing a live stream. I'm doing a live stream on YouTube, painting the Nepharis head. This is the Nepharis is the name of this demon guy that I made up. If you want to join in the chat or whatever, or if not, that's cool too. How's that? That's a good message, eh? And I'll just say, currently live on my YouTube channel. There we go. There we go. Yeah, maybe we have some people in. I probably should drop a link. That's gonna be like a whole thing I have to do. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second-a-roo. One momento. Okay, there's my live stream. How do I share it? How do I share it? Okay, oh, here's the share button. Don't worry, guys, I found it. I found the share button. Copy link. Okay, now let's go back into my little Discord and let's drop it a roo. And let's see if anybody comes on, and let's see if we have some guests. Let's see how that works. Who knows? We might get some guests in here. So I'm not just talking to myself. But yeah, hello, my name is Amanda. I am an illustrator and I paint stuff, and this is a demon head that I'm currently painting. This is a demon that I have created for a game of mine called Fellbringer. It's a trading card game inspired by Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I'm a nerd. And yeah, I'm just painting it. I've mostly finished it, but I did add some photo textures on top of the skin. Like I've got some here, you know, I've just got it scattered all over the place. And so yeah, that's the job. That's the goal here. So I'm just gonna like drop a little message in here just to see, does it come up on the screen? Because I tried to do like an overlay thing where it like, I wanted it to like come up on the screen, but that's all good if it doesn't. I'm using Streamlabs. I'm still trying to figure out how it works. So nice. Yeah, I am not picky. Oh, hello. Hello, Archon. I recognize you. I found your YouTube. Ha 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 ha. That was easy. That was too easy. Now I found you and I can stalk you. Yeah, I don't know. But the sound is a bit muffled. Yeah, fair enough. What about this? Is it muffled now? I have a bit of a stutter. Oh, look, it's coming up. It's coming up on the screen. Success! Look at that. That's so cool. But mine doesn't come up like, okay, I'm gonna make a test 3. Just see how it works. Does mine appear on the screen? Like, your message appeared on the screen there for a second. Oh, yes. That's what I'm talking about. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I know what's happened. It's because of how I am painting. I'm painting with a little cushion on my lap. And the cushion, I think, it was kind of leaning against the microphone. So I'll try to, like, hold it where it's like, yeah. What did you say? It's kind of laggy on your side? Yeah, it is. That's because my internet sucks. Oh, hi David, how are you? I saw your drawings I saw your drawings in the where are they? The works in progress. Yeah, that pose is looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. You got good structure with it, structure going on and everything. No, it's looking good. Your drawing of Leon's gonna come along well. Sweet, everything sounds good to you. Nice. Yeah, that's the way. That's the way. I just gotta make sure that I'm not covering up the microphone. But yeah, I am just gonna, I don't know, mess around with this for a little bit and blend in the photo textures so that I can finally call this finished and then start on some, I don't know, like maybe some whatchamacallums, you know what I mean. Actually, literally, what is the word? Do not go well together because I have a stutter. And I forget words. I cannot do like two things. You can read my mind. Don't lie to me. I know that you can. No, what I wanted to say, I think, was that when publishing and various other whatever places that might want to hire me, and also doing some assets for tabletop game assets. So that would be cool. So yeah. But yeah, this Nefara set is like bugging me. It's so close to being finished, but yeah, I have not quite finished it yet. So that's what I've got to do. That is the Planarino. That is the Planarino. So yeah, I don't know what to do with his little. Actually, his snout is quite bumpy. So I'm not quite sure what to do with that. I'm not sure like how much I should smooth this out. Actually, you know what I'm struggling with? I don't know what area to start with. It's like I could start up here. I kind of started the other eye. Finish the other eye. The snout. I think the snout is bothering me the most. So let's do that one. I could probably use a bit of a texture brush. I could probably use my Grunge Delight brush for this. Hear what I'm. Shit, I can't actually read that. What are you trying? Got it. Yeah. Yeah, it does, eh? Like around here, it looks a bit flat. I actually am just gonna blend in the snout just a little bit. Just with a bit of a Grunge Delight, which just looks like this. It's a bit of a texture brush. Just because it's kind of irritating me, but then yeah, you're right. The neck does look really flat. So I do need to do something about that. Especially like in this area. Like it actually just doesn't look 3D at all. But that's okay. I'm gonna deal with the snout first so I'm not distracted. And then we'll do the neck. But yeah, I don't want to like get rid of all of that texture because it is quite nice, you know, having a bit of that photo texture. But yeah, this looks way better. Where's my layers? There's a yeah, that's what it looks like just, you know, with the paint. It does look a lot better with the photo textures. I just gotta actually sit down and finish blending it in. Which is exactly what I'm gonna do. A trivia, okay? Now I have to think of a trivia. Shit. What's a good trivia question? Like this. Okay. What is the name of our sons? You got 10 seconds to answer it, otherwise you're disqualified. 10, 9. Okay, I'm gonna tell it to you. I'm gonna tell you the answer. Yeah, we need like a trivia. We need like a trivia mod so that I don't get bored. That's what I need. We need like a trivia bot mod that just like gives trivia questions. But yeah, the answer is solar. That's the name of our sun. Little space factoroo. Okay, I think the answer is the internet failed at the wrong moment. What? What's that in response to? Did I like cut out? Am I like, I'm gonna ask you a trivia question, and then I just like black out, like the internet like cuts out, or like my stream cuts out, and you don't get the question. You don't get the question. Oops. Yeah, my internet sucks. Okay, the question wasn't clearly understandable. Okay, what is the name of our sun? And it's not the sun. There is actually the only thing I have at the moment to share my screen from my Android tablet. So, yeah, hopefully that was understandable. But yeah, let me know if you know. And if you don't know, oh well, you're just gonna have to look it up. Okay, how are we doing with that blending? I'm actually pretty happy with that. I should actually duplicate this because I am such a little mumbler. But I'm going to look at the progress that I've made so I can clearly see it before and after. Yeah, people who speak clearly, I envy them. I never had that ability. I'm just a little mumblebot. I'm a mumblebee. Whatever that is supposed to be. Okay. No, I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. What catches my eye next? Which part do I want to work on next? I know we said the neck, didn't we? We did say the neck. Wait, this part's catching my eye though. It's like one of those things where it's like if I don't work on it, it'll just occupy my brain and all of my brain cells, and then I won't be able to fully concentrate on the task at hand. So I do have to be cognizant of that. Cognizant. Yes. Okay, so yeah, there's this little V area right here. Also, I think I sound a little bit flat. I know people often tell me I have a bit of a flat voice. That's just a bit of the neurodivergency shining through, which is all good. So yeah, I have to make a bit of a concentrated effort. Streaming is so much different than having a call, because in a call, I'm talking with people, but now I literally am just talking to myself. But yes, I do naturally have a very monotone tone of voice, so I have to make an effort to change my tone of voice. I have to do that manually. Yep, there you go. The more you know. I don't know I don't know how common that is actually, but yeah, especially if it's like late and I'm tired, and it's like, you know, actually sometimes if I'm like really tired, I can't even make myself make an effort. Like I just don't have the, I don't know, the energy. It's like lifting weights but with your voice. I don't know. It just is kind of like that. Anyway, I don't know. You know what? The title literally said the title of this video is literally, we're gonna paint a demon head and just talk about whatever. So I'm just saying the first thing that's popping into my head. But yeah, whatever. Okay, does with arms. So yes, but he does also speak. So I should keep that into. That is true. Yeah, most people don't. I could do the whole sport. I don't even think I watch enough sports to know how a sports commentator sounds. But no, I'm your girl. If you're into that. I could do like Gladys. I could just narrate this entire thing like Gladys from Portal. And like, should I look where you found up ended up in this. Oh man, Gladys is such a queen. Like, I really do love GLaDOS. GLaDOS. I can't remember some of her best insults though. I just remember that one when she's like, I don't know, she's like, I can't remember a single one of them. I vaguely remember one about her telling the test subject that like they're breathing the same air in over and over again. Never truly getting a fresh breath of air. But yeah, what an absolute queen. Like, you know actually what GLaDOS is? She is like life goals, actually. GLaDOS's life goals. Life a maniac, psychopathic robot that is just there to like... Okay, that's a joke. That is a joke, by the way. It's the best job. You can just be like, look at you. Wow. Don't you feel so intelligent the way you pour coffee? I don't know. I am not too good at the insults. That is something that I'm going to need to practice if I'm going to become a GLaDOS. And we all know that she is goals. Because she's the queen. But anyway, yeah. Should the Nefaris have an Adam's apple? I think so. I'm gonna give him one. I don't know, like, if he should have one, if it makes sense. But I think, like, the whole idea of his head is that he's kind of like a humanoid-ish creature. And he does speak, you know. He speaks in his, like, demon voice, so... yeah, I'll give him an Adam's apple. Why the hell not? But yeah, mostly I'm just kind of defining this area a bit more because, and I actually might use the Grunge Delight brush for this, just to, you know, be consistent with the texture of the photo bashing. Yeah, basically I'm just giving it a bit more definition. What did I have before? Yeah, you can see it's a bit more defined now, a little less flat. So yeah, now that, you know, this is actually something I should have done beforehand, because now if I want to change anything, I have to kind of like repaint this texture a little bit just to be consistent. So yeah, now I'm like wondering, you know, how much do I just leave it? You know, you don't need to detail everything. You just need to make sure that the focal areas are well developed. But yeah, we're getting there. I feel like a lot of this is just me fiddling around. It's in that kind of fiddle around last stage, you know. We've got the basics, we've got the lighting, we've got the textures. Mostly it's just kind of fiddling around, which is the boring part. Yeah, this is why I need some trivia. Somebody throw me a trivia question, just to take the edge off all of this little fiddling around. That's what I need. I need a good bit of trivia. Ask me any general knowledge trivia. I'll see if I know. I won't even look up or anything, because I'm painting. Not that I would, you know. Yeah, I need to brush up on my general trivia. I really do. Okay, we're gonna get into the part of this. Oh, yawning. Oh. Yeah, it's like 9:30 here. Damn. It's like basically midnight. It's past 9 o'clock, you know? Basically midnight. No, I've been getting up early, so yeah, that always makes me tired quicker. Okay, just like, wait, here's the thing. I don't want to refine it too much. I don't want to refine this area too much because then it will look kind of like plasticky, I guess. And I don't want it to look plastic. Yeah, like if I make the lines like too clean, it will kind of mess it up. So I might actually, kind of other brushes. I've got Painty Brush, which is a pretty painterly brush. Okay, here we go. This is a good brush. This is a good brush to throw down in here. Yeah, there we go. That way we're not getting rid of all that texture, and yeah, I don't want to run the risk of having super clean lines and, you know, the painting looking a little bit plastic. I like that grungy texture. I'm into that, you know? I like the grungy texture. 20-minute stream. But yeah, I do kind of want to get into the habit of doing more streams. Just gotta find a good time for it. Even if it's just a short stream, you know? I feel like I will probably get better at talking as well by streaming more, because I feel like I did one the other day, not yesterday but the day before, and yeah, I'm just like I'm just an absolute dork face. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm supposed to say, but here I am talking, and yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Let's go. Yeah, wow, awesome. Okay, I have to be honest with you. You're gonna say, is that like, is that a thing? Is that a meme? Are you memeing me right now? You son of a gun. But if you repent, Jesus will forgive you. Okay, alright. We're on the right track. So what does Jesus think about this devil head that I'm painting right now? Does he like it? Do you think that Jesus likes the Nefarist Lord of Darkness that I'm painting? Yeah. A chatbot. Am I talking to a chatbot right now? Say potato if you're real. Please. Okay, so you are real? You are not a chatbot. You're a real person. You're just spreading the... Nice. You're spreading the word, eh? Nice. Well, yeah, I'm just painting. I don't know, not like, that's a pretty good response for a human. I believe you. I believe that you are a human being. How are you, Goku? Can you say Kamehameha for me, please? Let's hear it. I want to hear your Kamehameha. I'll start it for you, okay? Come on, you can do it. Who is? He's like a guy. He's like a super powerful guy, fights bad guys, and does Kamehamehas. I just assume that you know, because your name is like Goku Edits. There we go, yeah! That's a pretty good Kamehameha. Nice job. That's a good one. That, I would say that one sends you to a level 2. Level 2 Super Saiyan, I would say. Pretty good. I'm impressed. Yeah, well, who do you think would win? Yeah, I think between the Nefaris Demon and Goku, I'm gonna have to say I probably think that Goku will win. Just because, like, the Nefaris is the fallen Lord of Darkness. He's already fallen, so he's been stripped of a lot of his power. And Goku is, like, OP, like, super OP. Like, in my mind, I think that Goku just kind of wins against everybody. So, alright, we're gonna add some little highlights to his, this area. His broken horn. Yeah, it's a little, actually, I probably should save it, eh? Before I lose everything. Before I lose it all. Okay. It was something like, I don't know, bad. Okay, let me just check it. I actually think I made this area too bright. I should add a little bit more darkness over here just to give it more of a... Okay, now I have to figure out what to do with this, because this horn on the side of his face, I feel like it does look a little bit inorganic. Maybe I should make it look a little curve or something. Just to maybe give it a little bit more realism. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that, I think. Yeah. What brush am I using? Yeah, the painty brush. I feel like this is a good brush. Like, it really does give a painty feel to it, which I love. So yeah, and I'm just trying to figure out, because like these horns, I kind of did it like that, where it just looks really inorganic. Like if I change the, wait, somebody just said something. Oh right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well, because it actually looks like his cheekbone is going directly into it, which is actually incorrect, because it's actually more like you have the cheekbone and then you have the horn behind it, you know. Okay, maybe a little bit like this. So it's kind of like you've got a tooth sticking out, right? Kind of like that, a bit. Yeah, I think something like this. Is this what you mean by skin folds? Because I could definitely do something like this. I wanted it to look, actually. I think I wanted to do something a little bit more where it's like, yeah, like the horn of a rhino. Yeah, I don't know about it. I don't know if I'm sold on it. Because the other way that the other things that okay, well, my god, I'm such a dork. Okay, just kind of mess around with something, just as long as it's not like a, you know, really synthetic looking shape like this, I think. But yeah, I can taper it in. Yeah, I could taper it in, something like that. So we can just get a little bit of variation in there, and I'll just make that a bit bigger as well, so you can see it clearly. Is it maybe a bit much? Maybe, I don't know. I think if I want to do something like that, then I need to actually change the lighting a bit. And actually make the outermost part, the most forward area, that part, lighter. Yeah, something like that. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Here we go. And I actually Okay. And having a chat, and you go enjoy your stuff, and yeah, have a good one. Okay. Alright, now I gotta figure out how wide should the base be. I'm thinking something along the lines of that. But yeah, I am liking how kind of grungy this is feeling. I do love a grungy feeling painting. Nice. It's all coming along. So yeah, I'll add some red highlights underneath it. Well, it's not highlights, they're actually reflected light. I'll add some red reflected light on the underbelly of this little horn thing that's sticking out. And I'll also taper it. Nice. But yeah, I'll have some kind of, you know, a lighter area that's, you know, in the most forward area part. Like that. And yeah, that should about do it. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Yeah, add some reflected light underneath. Yeah, then we got this looking nice and grungy and all that. It's looking good. Okay, now we gotta do it with the other ones, because there are like 3 horns on the side of his head. Which is easy enough, we can do that. So yeah, we'll just grab the lighter part of this horn in the back here and kind of shade the top of it so that it shows that this area here is lighter, showing that it is, you know, sticking forward towards the camera most to indicate its shape. It's kind of tooth-like shape. And yeah, we'll do the same with this that we did with the top one. We add some kind of, you know, folds of skin at the base of the horn that looks similar to a like a horn of a rhino or a tooth or whatever. And yeah, here we go. Add some highlights to the camera most part of the horn, and we'll add some darker shading at the very top, and especially underneath the horn that is above it. There we go. We're getting somewhere. We are forming the shape. Super Saiyan Goku is back, and he was lying. Hello, Goku. It is good to see you back again. How are you? How's the everything? How's everything with the training and all that? What kind of, who are you training? Who are you training against? Like training to beat this time? I haven't been watching Dragon Ball like at all, so I'm not up to date with anything. Hopefully it's working, but yeah. Anyway, you know what? I blame Streamlabs. I blame Streamlabs. It seems to be a little bit on the glitchy side. Hopefully they I don't know, fix their app. Or hopefully I can find a better app to use. But yeah, I'm painting from my Android tablet, so yeah, it's kind of hard to find an app that will allow me to stream my screen. But Streamlabs does it, but it does it imperfectly, unfortunately. So hopefully I can find a better solution to that, or hopefully Streamlabs will, you know, improve their app. But in the meantime, we got what we got, and that's all good. I don't know how. Just for having shitty internet. But whatever. It is what it is. anyway, yeah, we'll get back to detailing these little horns on the side here. But yeah, I feel like there needs to be a bit of taper on the underside of this horn. And we can, yeah, I added a lot of red under there as well to show the reflected light. And I will actually create a little terminator between the reflected light and the highlighted area of the horn. So I'll add a little bit of a terminator there. Nice, it's looking good. It's all coming along. And now we get to the, rest of the head before we tackle the neck. Just wondering which part to do next. Oh well, actually I need to taper this. Okay, let's do this one. I'll add a little terminator there. Taper the top of it. And add a little highlight area, so I'll just lighten that color a little bit and just make a little bit of a highlight. It's in the back, so I don't want to do it too much. You know what, actually? It's too low. I don't think I originally had it so low in the original design of the Nepharis, so I actually need to duplicate this. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, this is round, but yeah, this little horn here, too low. It's actually supposed to be like up here. So yeah, I just loop cutted it and duplicated the layer, and just, yeah, there we go. And just kind of, erase the edges of it, and now I will merge it back with the original layer that I got it from, and paint over the excess parts, and just kind of, blend in the paint and all that kind of thing. There we go, that's better placement. Oh, and also there's a gigantic gap in his horn now. So yeah, back to this little mini horn, and yeah, we'll just make some highlights along the most, I'm not sure what you call this, like, I have this horn here, right? This little mini one, and you've got this area that kind of like sticks out furthermost towards the camera, and that one gets the most highlight. So we're kind of doing that for the one in the back, but we don't want to do it too much because it's kind of in the shadow a bit. And while I'm here, while I'm still in this area, I should actually just refine the cheekbone a bit more, just to distinguish it from the background. So yeah, otherwise I feel like I would run the risk of the cheekbone looking like it's just blending right into pretty much everything behind it, which I would like to avoid. So yeah, just adding some little dark brush strokes just along the back of the cheekbone, so just to help distinguish it from what's behind. And actually, am I happy with the shape of the horn? I think I do like the top one, but the bottom one doesn't quite match, so I think that I am going to just taper this a little bit more and maybe create a little bit more of a curve, a similar curve that I did for the top one, just so that the patterns of the horns match, which would be really, really nice. So yeah, we'll do that, and then it's just pleasing to the eye as well. When you have these horns, when you have repeating patterns in a painting, right? Makes it a lot more pleasing to look at when you see repeating patterns. So yeah, let's do that with these little mini horns. Coming back to talking about repeating patterns, it can be really pleasing to the eye when you have repeating patterns in a painting. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create some kind of, similar shape between this upper horn and the lower horn, so that, you have that pleasing element. Yeah, there we go. That looks a lot better. This looks much better. Like previously I had quite a synthetic look to it where I was just kind of doing it like that. Now I'll show you here. You know, that was kind of the before, and you know, yeah, that's good. Okay, here we go. We'll just refine the cheekbones a little bit more so that they are more distinguished. Whoops. do. Let me just backtrack that. My bad. Okay, how am I gonna do this? You know, a painting is like a puzzle. Sometimes you just kind of have to experiment and try different things until something works. And that is the story of life. Oh man. Okay, I feel like we've got like a good, we've got a good base for texture up here, but there are still areas in this painting that are lacking a good sense of texture. Starting with this tooth. So we could probably do the same thing with the teeth, right? That we did with the horns, but actually don't we actually you know, tackle the horns on the other side. So this one won't take too much. I don't want to detail it too much because I actually want to keep the mood by keeping the shadows, right? So if I like detailed this like really clearly and all that, actually the painting would look quite flat. So I actually want to keep this in shadow. So really it's just about the main shape. So we'll have, you know, a couple of tones here. We'll have the reflective light here. And also I've got the reflective light underneath, and then I've got I've got two tones, the reflective light in this area here and the shadow above, because I don't want to add highlights or anything like that. Basically the idea that I'm going for here is that, let me just make this brush a bit bigger so I can show you what I mean. Basically we're going to have this like lighter area here and then have it like kind of like shaded like this, kind of like how they do in comics, right? That was I'm really gonna get better at explaining things, eh? But you know what I mean. I've got like, you know, more or less kind of solidish shadows around here just to, you know, create that kind of dark mood. Okay, now back to what we were doing. So we created a pretty distinct shape with the little horns on behind the cheeks on the other side. So let's just kind of make sure that we're repeating that pattern on the other side as well. But this time we will leave out the highlights and we will just have reflected light underneath the horn and shadow on the top. Yeah, like that. And what goes first? I think this goes first, so that's going to be the layer on top. And then you have let me just save it, just real quick, just in case. I need to get into the habit of doing that more, saving it, because yeah, you never know, I really want to make sure I save it. Okay, it's also kind of like a little bit like, yeah, we've got these random little brush strokes in the background here, so let's just go ahead and just kind of, you know, paint over that with a nice textured brush. I've got the Grunge Delight brush here, which was, I think, originally just called Sampled Brush. I don't know whose brush this originally was, but I had to rename it, otherwise I would never be able to find it again. So it'd be confusing for someone else. But, you know, being an artist and all that, sometimes I do the goofy thing. Sometimes I don't do the logical thing. You know, that's just life. That's just me. So, whatever. Okay, let's get back to which part do we want to tackle next. I feel like we're making good progress. So, yeah, I've added photo textures, and now I'm just kind of painting over the photo textures and blending it in. But this is what it looked like without the photo texture, and this is what it is like, you know, with the photo texture, but I have not finished blending it in yet. So what's next? What's next? What part should I work on next? We've done the little horn things. I don't want to detail up here too much because I do want to keep the mood of the painting by leaving the solid-ish shadow, because I think it would take away the mood and make the painting actually look a bit flat. Less is more when it comes to a painting. You want to really focus on detailing the focal areas, but you want to keep the non-focal areas like pretty, you know, simple. Pretty simple. You just make sure you got the shading right and the shape right and the proportions and all that. But yeah, keeping the non-focal areas undetailed can be a really good idea, because it can actually act as like kind of like focusing a camera, where it's like if everything is focused, your eye doesn't really know where to land. But if you just focus on detailing the focal areas, then your eye knows where to land, and yeah, it just makes it a lot easier to look at. It can be more pleasing to look at, right, as a painting. Alright, I think that we have made some pretty good progress. Nice. I think that's good. I think that's good stuff. I think that's good stuff, and I think I might save it here. And I think that I might end the stream. And yeah. To whoever. Okay.